All right, guys, welcome to the Hoppy Craftsman Podcast. I am Chris. We are in studio this week. Ed.
I'm here.
And
Nate. Hello.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we've been recording an episode.
We couldn't stop talking to each other before we got the show going.
Well, you know, we said this before at other shows, and we'll say it again. Life.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works. Life happens. There's things that go on. People have lives.
Yeah, it's so much of it. It happens all at once.
You know, if we had like 50 more patron supporters, we just quit our jobs and just do this for a living. So if you know 50 people want to give us money, send them our way.
And if they know like 500 people.
Yeah. No, we just need one person to do the ultimate in package.
Oh,
that sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Which we might go up because gas.
If you have three friends and they have three friends.
Yeah, no. It's not, though.
This is not a pyramid. Let me draw you a little photo.
Let me draw it real quick.
There is a whiteboard. That's the new edition. You haven't seen the whiteboard.
Oh, that is good. I knew there was something different about Ed's studio.
We can whiteboard our conversations out for people on the podcast.
This is Nate. Shut up.
No, that's... Yeah, it's there.
Stop rambling. Yeah, it does say that, doesn't it?
So yeah, lots of things we probably missed during all that. I think we actually had a show scheduled and then we had to cancel it or something. We had an outline for that. Maybe we want to look back at that one, see if we can find an old one. But I think one of the most recent news that we're all excited about is the Wren House location. Yeah, you guys looking at me?
You know, I am super excited about that.
Can you pronounce it?
Südhalle.
You know,
Wren Südhalle. Which I think is like Suds, but it's also South.
AKA South Hall.
Yeah, so.
A
cool.
Euro-inspired beer hall featuring all of Wren's brews, as well as carefully curated new and old world guest list. I'm jazzed about that. I live about 10. I'll hopefully end up living about same distance from this one as I live for the current one, about 15 minutes.
It's not like Südhalle.
I don't think so.
Is that too Viking? Is that too Scandinavian?
Yeah. It's too far north. I'd go down.
Have YouTube say it.
Yeah, it's good. YouTube this up. Oh, man. But, that's going to be cool, man.
Speaking of Wren House, I was sitting behind them when they took this photo.
Dude, that photo's legit. I saw that. And listen, as a fisherman, I love that photo.
This is, by the way, sorry for all of our
thanks for the visual reference on the show.
Yeah, all of our listeners. I was looking at Wren House's Facebook real quick for some additional details on the Südhalle, but I saw their photos of Hooks and Dunn that they took in the tap room, and I happened to be sitting in there with my beer by myself. And I was like, what are they taking a photo of? Why isn't that for sale? I'd like to buy that.
You're like, I love the country music reference and the fishing reference.
I couldn't really read it. I didn't know what it was, but then I was like, I want it. So
you're like, I saw they got me with the
that beer can got me. Yeah.
I mean, story of my life.
I saw the color of the beer and I was like, I will drink that. I would. So yeah.
It was also in that bitter that whatever glass, the barrel looking one.
That is a sweet glass. I don't think I own it.
That could be an IPA glass, technically.
Yeah. And did we ever tell that story on the show? I doubt it. I was yeah, okay, good. All right, good. So
we talked about it.
And for the record, every glass is an IPA glass.
That's
if you
what we
want
say.
it to be.
I mean, perfect example.
And I'm about 50% positive that is an IPA style.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? But
also full kitchen.
We are drinking beers right now. What are we drinking?
Hang on a second. But I guess we can go to our beers. But I'm excited about this location. I'm excited because Drew has great taste, and so do the people that work with him and for him. So I'm super excited to see what they curate. What they put on from other guest taps because they've got some cool relationships.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting to see what they bring in.
The Lager Fest they did. They got some cool relationships, and I'm excited to see what they do there.
Especially the beer, like that Friendly. Have you guys had the Friendly?
That beer? Friendly was so good. Dude.
I did not have
that. Italian Pils was amazing. Like all those light beers that they're 100%. Cranking out now, and like those European styles, top notch. So I'm excited for that place.
If you guys are excited about Italian Pilsners and hoppy lagers, we have another show. It is called the Hoppy Lager Boys. Tune in to listen to that.
Yep, haven't made one show yet, but we think about it a lot.
We're doing a lot of pre-gaming and script work and outlining.
Yeah.
There's and whiteboarding.
Whiteboarding going on. We
had to wait for the whiteboard. It was back ordered.
The whiteboard's in.
Logistics is a bitch right now.
Jeez.
All right, we are drinking beer.
And oddly enough, we were drinking Wren House beers. Weird.
Weird. I wonder who brought them.
Both of us, technically.
Oh, yeah. Why are you drinking my beer then?
You gave me it.
If you
like,
brought
you want one
beer.
of these? You want one of these? Listen, I also make fun of Nate. He asked me if I brought beer when we walked up to the door together.
I didn't see that giant case.
I was holding a giant fucking cooler.
You said it was full of water.
And then I said it was full of water.
And there's no water in it for the record.
There's none. Nope.
Could have been full of Taco Bell.
It could have been. It would have been awesome.
It could have been. But it's not.
But nobody wanted it. I'm drinking the Dankworth with Idaho 7. It's pretty good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That Dankworth.
I like it.
is so good. I was sitting there again by myself in the tap room a few weeks ago, and by myself a lot because us three don't drink together at all. By the way, I just want to throw that out there.
Right, we do right now. We're drinking right now.
This is the only time. I'd really like to change that.
All right,
just my little session there, little grape sesh. It was shockingly good. I was like, oh, I'll buy a 4-pack of that because I don't know why. Sometimes the Dankworth series just doesn't necessarily because I love Wren, but I'm like, some of the Dankworths, whatever. I'm kind of whatever about some of the Danks.
I've been jaded with the lack of Dankworth with Galaxy.
I know. I think it's just because Drew doesn't like Galaxy.
Yeah, it's all Drew's fault.
When's the last time they made that? They did make it, but it's been a hot minute, right?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I remember that.
Yeah, I think the original one was.
I think it was like the first one they did after the original Dankworth, and then it was
all downhill.
They did like experimental ones, and they've done that. They've done this Idaho 7 a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, this is good.
They did the Matueka.
I do like it.
Mashweka.
No, we got an official. Remember Chase?
Oh yeah, Chase that lived in Australia told us that
what the fuck
John was saying it wrong technically.
Whatever,
yeah, dude. So
I've never known John to be wrong, and
that's what I said. I was like, you're gonna have to fight it out with John, evidently.
If John's wrong, I don't want to be right. JK. Matueka, is that what you said?
Matueka.
Okay.
Go listen to that episode, Nate.
It seems like one of those things where like
shut up.
It's just like literally the little bit of different. It's like people say it how you pronounce it. You know what I'm saying?
Like tomato.
No,
people potato. Say it how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I know it's really weird.
Hang on a second, my head's about to.
Because there's like always kind of like inflection in some of the words, but people don't actually put the inflection in there. They just say it.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet when they're brewing, they don't sit there and get crazy with the ma to it. They're like Matueka,
right.
The mo
Matueka.
Yeah. Yeah. So I still never get it. It's fine. What are you drinking over there, Nate?
Me, I'm drinking Wren House. I'm drinking the double dry hopped Renovation.
That's good, man.
So good, and a good can, by the way. Just if the person who did that's listening, because they're not.
I think it's literally just the Renovation label in a different color. It's
blue. I don't care. I think it's a good
usually
style.
green.
Is it?
Yeah. It is
the same.
Yeah.
You think it's the same?
It's the same can.
Same can.
Well, it's a good color variance. Okay, I love colors.
Well, I think that one looks like more like a blueprint.
I'm telling you, this is different. Look at all those hops in that machine. They're popping out on a conveyor belt.
There's more hops in there. This could be.
Are there double the hops?
There could be double
somebody
the hops.
Somebody get a regular can and see if there's double the hops on the label than there is.
Listen, I stopped big, surprise at Trevor's on the way before I came over here.
Really?
I know. Listen, Ed, don't even. You've been at Trevor's.
Oh no, I'm on that bandwagon full tilt now.
Like I saw something there. They were like, I saw it at Trevor's. I was like, I haven't been there in a while. Ed's been there way more than I have.
Fuck, I think it's the same can.
That's so funny. But so I went there and all
right, it's the same. All right, I'm gonna interrupt you for 5 seconds. It's the same can, regardless. It's a cool blue variation, and you know what? The original can's dope. That's what all I meant.
All right, cool.
You're at Trevor's.
I would have expected the level of detail though that they would have put double the hops on the label.
Like one extra one. Maybe there is an extra one.
There's not. It's literally the same in blue, in yellow.
It's the same, but in blue.
It's the same, but blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Well, what are you gonna do? I basically bought that double dry hopped Renovation the other day, and I was super excited about it. Drank it all, and I was there today, and they were like, "There's no more on the shelf." I was like, "Dang, that sucks." Like, that's cool though. People just bought the crap out of it. Yeah. And then I went to the singles can, and there was a bunch of them still in the singles. I was like, "Ha! People didn't see them over here." And I bought 2 more.
Price? If you put 4 of them together, same price.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. They're cool like that. There.
Rad.
Yeah, I can't talk. I think there's literally one weekend I went to Trevor's 3 days in a row.
Listen, if you want to drink with us more, Nate, you just come to Trevor's.
Just show up at Trevor's.
Just show up at Trevor's. We'll probably be there.
Well, can we just plan it? Jesus.
We have a whiteboard. Look, it's got a calendar and everything.
On a Saturday, I'll just randomly like to go to Wren on a Saturday.
All right.
Or just write it open. Or no, for my REW Fridays,
we'll see you at Trevor's. We'll see you at Trevor's on AWW Friday.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's where you can find me.
Okay. Well, you can find us at Trevor's. So if you want to come drink with us.
Well, fine, we will. They have a sit-down area and everything over at Trevor's?
Yeah.
Dude.
I missed it, dude.
Have you not been there?
They only had 40 rows of beer for me to look at. I didn't see the drinking area.
Jesus. All right.
Well, you can get a beer and then go look at the beer.
Yeah, which is kind of fun.
Really?
Yeah.
You can walk away?
Yeah, you can walk away.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a trouble.
There's not like a dotted line.
They're going to change that the instant someone takes out a row. They're going to change that. Like, oh, this is my 3rd beer. I'm going to go take a little look-see.
I don't know if they can because they actually have a patio on the other side that you have to walk through the place to get to.
Well, that's a cigar bar.
So you can't.
Right, but you can drink out there too. So you can buy beer there and walk through the store and go to the cigar patio and then drink it on the cigar patio. They have a corking fee for bottles and stuff.
Is your point telling me that people can't knock things over?
No. My point is that
the potential's even higher. Frankly.
No, they can't ban people from walking around drinking because
they'll have a cigar potential for fires. So, but yeah, no.
I'm not saying walk through the store with cigars.
Again, I'm sorry. I'm taking it way off.
I know.
But nonetheless,
Trevor's Ocean in it.
Trevor's is awesome, and I didn't know they had to sit down there like that. I guess I did realize they had that patio. I don't know why I'm not thinking about that, but hey, fine. We'll go there then.
All right, perfect.
Good.
See,
just want to hang out with you guys.
We
God forbid. Try to be your friends.
And every once in a while, we actually see some cool people in there, so that helps a lot too.
Yeah, we see Drew all the time in there.
See Drew there. Oh
okay.
yeah,
I guess you see cool people then.
We got this sweet sign because we saw somebody in there.
Yeah.
Wow. What does that say? Is this Oscar Blues?
I don't know what we do without that.
Boom. I can see it. He's the one that got it actually.
Thanks, Sarah.
Well, that is cool. Thanks, Sarah.
She's super nice.
Sarah is super nice. It's what she does. Yeah.
Wren House, man. Wren House. I saw there's no date though for opening, right? So it's still kind of like up in the air.
6 months build out, I think.
It seems like it was coming pretty fast.
They said, well, I saw something about later this year, like the wintertime-ish area, but they didn't want to put a date on it because they said that they know when they put dates on things.
They just need to have giant
never
mugs.
make it, so.
It's in an old Los Dos Molinos restaurant.
Oh, is that what was there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hope they have humongous mugs. Big,
like Steins?
Like old Wren House, like old Wilderness birthday mug style.
Let's hope they do like the whole.
I want to be able to drink
Papago
a 32
ceramic
ounce
Belgian mug club thing. Yeah,
that'd be nice.
That'd be kind of cool.
Don't get me started on Sapporo. I think about their stupid food all the time.
Oh, Papago?
Yeah. And their dipping sauces.
Oh, that was good. Those pizza bites were amazing.
T-Rex pizza. Bring it back. Bring back the menu somewhere.
That was really good.
Anyway, I wish we had
They're
more.
Italian.
I wish we had more of a reach with this podcast. Damn it.
Yeah, let's talk to the Huss people. Get them on it.
I know it's Huss who needs to help us.
Yeah, Huss is what we need to talk
ask
to.
him for some
you
more
think
of that
we could
Guinness
get him
money.
on the show? Just kind of not just be like, oh, hey, we want to talk about beer, and then just boom, hit it with railroad the shit out of him about the Papago menu coming back somewhere.
All we talking about is the Papago. Just
I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that because I'm pretty sure
total hit piece.
Well, he might have some good news for us. He could be like, oh, we think about that, or he could just be like, that's never gonna happen. Get over it, kid.
Some guerrilla journalism.
35-year-old man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm drinking a beer too. It's the same as Chris's. So
oh yeah, I forgot we're supposed to get. Yeah. I brought three cans of beer. Now we're drinking them.
Yeah. There you go.
So anyway, I'll work on the hit. I'll work on that. What we can do with Huss there. But yeah, honestly, I'm excited for Wren's new spot.
Operation Huss hit.
I mean, I hate to derail this podcast again, but I think we should I think that we should need to get answers about that.
We all
Wouldn't you be upset to see a menu like that die and just like not ever come back?
Yeah, I mean,
and Huss does own it all, right?
Yeah.
They own all the Papago shit at this point, so they must have like the menu.
They have a book somewhere.
They're probably like, "What are you fucking talking about?"
Somebody stole a menu from that place in the last couple.
But
weeks.
I mean, like,
I have a picture of it somewhere. I'm sure.
I mean, like ingredients, to the peanut sauce.
Well, that Thai
like
peanut sauce was fucking phenomenal.
yeah, those stupid pita chips I used to cut up and throw whatever on.
Yeah, they were called pizza bites. But
pizza bites, but they weren't really pizza bites. It was weird.
So be on the lookout for Nate and Chris's upcoming food podcast.
Man, we could do one of those.
No, they had great beer. There was nothing more thrilling than going to Papago because you never knew what you were going to get charged, no matter how much you did or didn't get drink. It was always a little exciting, a little tidbit, cause a little argument between your friends, like, how the fuck are we with the $300?
You're like, how did we didn't
and then they're like, no, we're not splitting it up. They're like,
yeah, they would never split a bill either. It was the craziest thing.
And there'd always be extra beers on there. And nonetheless, I'm not talking about the service. The food was outstanding.
Yeah, we should talk about the service. I mean, there was definitely a few people in there that I loved.
Oh yeah, good.
And
people.
they went other places.
Yeah.
But
as cool as it was very top tier dive bar status.
Agreed.
Yeah.
110%. But if you were comfortable with it, it felt great.
Dude, you saw they expanded their draft lines at one point, and they just punched a hole through the fucking wall, and then you spray foam on it, and then they painted the spray foam, and you're like, dude, I can tell what that is. It's like not like they did a good patch-up job.
They're like, shut the fuck up. What do you want to drink?
It was the funniest thing. I was just like, God, that looks awful. If I just walked in here and not knew the beer,
yeah,
I wouldn't be in here.
So we gotta get Huss.
The cask, that has that cask, the fucking hand pump cask too. Beer.
Yes,
that's good times.
Yeah, we'll get him on. Tell him we talk about beer. We can talk about beer too, but we'll just make that a major segment to be like, what about the menu? Where's the food?
Let's bring this Papago thing back.
It was special.
I mean, they made a couple beers too. They made Coconut Joe, which was
that's fine. I don't care. Honestly, I would rather see a cross location with Huss and the old Papago menu.
Yeah,
that I'd be drinking there. Maybe you'd find me there.
When's the last time you've been to Huss? Maybe they actually do have it there already. Because I've been there in a while.
Yeah, when's the last time you went to Huss?
Yeah. So, I mean,
could you imagine how fucking embarrassing that would be as a podcast, a beer podcast right now?
You send them and they're like, we already have all that stuff.
They're like, yeah, we did that a year and a half ago. People don't come.
At every house location we currently have. Even in the airport, Nate,
you can get the T-Rex pizza. No, we have it. Yeah, with the peanut sauce. Yep, all of it.
Yeah, what if the downtown location is going to be all that menu?
Oh, man.
That'd be so rad.
That'd be cool.
Anyway, to bring it back.
Yeah, but then you'd have to go to downtown.
I mean, that's true.
I live downtown.
Phoenix?
Much. Basically.
I mean, basically.
No.
It takes me like 7 minutes to get to the baseball stadium. That's close. That's downtown.
Walking.
How far is that from the convention center? On his bike, remember?
That's walking into his car and then then driving down 15 minutes to the downtown area. Stop.
No, we saw Jack White. It took us like 10 minutes to get home.
That's awesome.
It's great. That's Federal Theater. Anyway, to bring it back, can't wait for Wren. I'm super excited about it.
Should be cool.
Huss, you'll be hearing from us.
So what kind of food do you want to see Wren do?
Kind of food?
Yeah.
All Euro. Big pretzels.
Yeah, man, with a name like that, you got to have some very...
Like big sandwiches with that. Sandwiches like that much meat.
Mash?
Like an inch and a half, 2 inches of meat in a sandwich like that, on a rye.
Can we get an English breakfast?
Oh, I love it.
Imagine
I love
it. Big old stein of like a...
Dude, you're getting me
Amber Bock or whatever.
Up right
Jesus,
now.
now who's in the food podcast?
I know, Ed.
I'll be a guest.
I'll be a guest. Sounds like you're helping us run it.
I'll be a guest every week.
That's how it started. That's how I got here in the first place.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
That's how I got on this show.
But don't we have what's that? Don't we have the Edinburgh
Edelweiss?
Edelweiss, thank you. Don't we have Edelweiss? Oh, have you been? Has anybody been there?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of food do they do?
Oh,
is it like that?
Oh yeah,
like
it's
big like bratwurst with shit on it.
There's different kinds of brats they have. They have
I want that
big chicken, like cordon bleu. They have
stuff like that. Would be tight.
Oh, it was really good.
But down in our town, I just can't get to Edelweiss without driving 40 minutes.
Right.
I love it. Sounds great. Not feasible for me.
Yeah, a lot of Marzans. Loggers.
Oh, yeah, that's really good, Nate. Just
I actually liked it.
Breathe into the mic. Full.
Inhale that bike.
Yeah. That was great.
Ed, listen,
People
I was thinking about the food. And I was just, it's your fault. You're talking about that English breakfast with a big old beer. Oh, God.
Goddamn food.
Do you need a moment? Do you want us to step out?
It's been a while since I've done a podcast. All right, I apologize to all our listeners.
We got to take a pause. Nate needs to go refresh himself.
Yeah, fine. Screw you guys. Next subject.
I'm with you. What else is in the local news going on there? Do you have a list for you?
I do.
I wrote some stuff down.
So typically at this time of year, we would be getting ready to go to Real Wild and Woody.
Oh yeah.
Because that's usually mid-July.
Yes.
Now it is August 6th.
Yeah, it was like.
Well, they knew I was going to be out of town.
I mean,
they moved it for Nate.
You have a badge behind you.
I do.
Yeah, it's over there.
It's right there. Let me grab it. I also have the website up. So
I guess that works too. No, I was gonna say in the past when it was. I swear it was like. It was around.
I don't know if the date's on there, but I'll look.
I swear it being like after the 4th of July, like right around there.
I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it.
Tell us, Nate.
I remember we took my
depend.
6-month-old daughter to the first Real Wild Woody.
We did, I was there.
Yep.
It was awesome. She was the designated driver.
She was.
She had DD.
Does not have a date on it.
Well, we were there. It was cool.
It's true.
We have a badge to prove it. It says we're a brewer.
Yep.
It was good stuff, man. It was indoors.
Ed wasn't there.
Listen,
was Ed not on the show at that point?
That might be on the one that we served for Rally.
That's what we served for Rally. He wasn't. Well, he might have been there.
No, that was not Rally. I'm talking about
the
baby. I'm saying this badge.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
The baby one. Ed was there because we actually saw Ed and Cena as we were walking around.
Yeah. Okay, but he was.
Though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't on the show though at that point. I don't believe.
Yeah, because I think Cena took a picture with us.
Is that our timeline on this show? BFE.
Post Ed, pre Ed.
Yeah.
Before Ed and post Ed.
BEP.
I like that. I couldn't possibly try to find that photo right now to get a date, but it was a while ago.
It came up with my thing like 5 years ago memories. Thanks,
Dude,
Google.
Google's been doing that to me lately.
I'm like
making me sad.
Like,
Sent me that photo of your kid the other day,
yeah.
pointing at you because he could hear you. He's like,
Yeah, it was in the show. Yeah, it was funny.
God damn it.
Was 2019 the last real Wild and Woody?
Yes.
COVID did that?
Yes.
COVID,
Because they shut it down because it was indoors. So the outdoor festival would have been something, but yeah. Well, and we just had Strong Beer Fest, and then they canceled Your Wild and Woody for that year.
So my date would be July 27th, 2019.
I have July 26th. So yeah, that looks good. Yep. So like I said, they moved it
so the end of July.
For my enjoyment, and
So moved it
I will be there
a little bit later.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Because this is August 6th. But it's not downtown Phoenix anymore.
And you guys better get me passes because I won't be here. So
we always get you a pass. You never go.
I haven't gone to the last couple. Life's busy. I'm going to this one though. Get me out of the house. I'll do anything to leave.
All right. Perfect.
I want to do the show an hour earlier. Just want to get out of my house.
But as I said, it's not in downtown Phoenix as it usually
Yes,
is.
that's a good point, Ed. Where is it?
It's at Bell Bank Park again, where Strong Beer Fest was.
And Ed told us that initially via text, and we shuddered to think what that would look like.
Nate thought it was outside.
Yeah, immediately. I think me and Chris both did.
I did. I both
did. I immediately thought it was outside, and I was like, what the fuck?
And then my thought was, we're going to put some tents up and then put it big fans, like blowing fans through it or something.
When you guys it's inside still, I was like, oh, well, they just must be doing some dope-ass tent, like some big-ass tent.
Yeah, that's why I said too that. I was like, my mind was like, okay, well, it's just going to be a big plastic fucking tent, and they're going to have fucking fans in it.
Right, but it's not, right, Ed?
No, it's in, what is it called? Field House C.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So here's basically a big old event
which
center.
Maybe it's on the email they sent out or something, but like
they posted like a YouTube video.
Yeah. That's what I said. I saw if I watched the video,
then you saw it.
It said that, and I'm like, but it doesn't say it anywhere else. It says we have AC, but it doesn't say
we have AC, and it'll be blowing on you over there. It's still outside. You have to go stand in front of it.
Yeah, it has like a mid-century modern sticker-looking thing that says "We're air conditioned for your comfort."
I was like, that's
interesting,
cool, but listen. We all live in Arizona. We know how this goes. Air conditioning in a plastic tent isn't the air thing as air conditioning in a giant fucking real building.
Especially now that then the humidity will be at full.
Yeah.
Almost at full swing. So
awful in August.
It's going to be sticky no matter what.
Right. I left. I was staring outside a place for record store day the other day, and I left because they made us stand outside. There was like 10 of us. I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, look at the side of this building.
Yeah, dude.
Look at the size of this building. Let us form a line in there.
Yeah,
I left.
We'll all just stand here inside. It doesn't make any sense.
So I don't think there's any ticket info yet.
I haven't seen that.
Really? Okay. Well, we'll definitely have to meet with those guys and get some info and be there and do some live walk around interviewing.
Maybe
it's always fun.
Dude, I love it.
Maybe not because I don't know if you've seen this, but the Guild has a podcast now.
Does it say no media allowed? Oh no.
Well, I'm sure they'd still allow us to do our thing and promote it.
Arizona Beer Frontier. An Arizona beer podcast from Rob Fulmer, Executive Director of the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild, and Deputy Director Andrew Bauman, providing access to breweries, beer, policy, and legislation, beer culture that no other pod can offer.
And quite literally, we don't even try. So it's perfect.
Yeah,
completely different podcast.
I don't need legislation. That's fine. Yep. We don't need to talk about that.
I'm not nearly smart enough to discuss those things. Let's leave that to people like Rob. Sounds great.
Yeah, that's his wheelhouse.
I'm happy to provide my opinion on things when not asked for it, though.
We got a lot. Listen, this whole half of the show is going to be about opinions. So don't worry about it.
This is an opinion show, and that's what Rob's not in the business of opinions. He runs a business. Yeah. So that's good. Hopefully he'll allow us to be there.
Maybe we can go on the show and he can inform us. And
that's true.
That'd be kind of nice.
We'll go on his show. We'll go record with him. He can record with us same night. 2 recorders.
There you go. Perfect.
Done. Sounds like fun.
Excellent.
Love it.
But
we wrap that up all nice in a neat little bow.
Boom. Next topic, Ed. Let's keep going.
That's that handled.
Well, I guess we got to talk about
the Taproom 120 or whatever it is.
Wow, it's like you read my mind.
Dude,
or the outline.
He saw it in your glasses.
No, I saw that and I was like, ooh, Gilbert's getting a new Taproom. And they got a cool fucking logo.
It's like a retro movie theater, like a drive-in kind of vibe.
Right. So like the logo is like a monster. Is holding like, it doesn't say VHS, but it looks like VHS tape. And then it's got a fucking like mug of beer or something in its hand. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. It's like craft beer, craft wine. No dates of when it's going to open, just in Gilbert, which is like, but I think I'll Gilbert.
Power in the 202. See, you moved out of that location, Nate, and all those places. Is it North Power or South Power?
So it was
because the 202 runs on both sides.
It's going to be by the it's the south one because it used to be by that barbecue place down there.
Yeah.
So that way down.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't remember what the barbecue place is called, but it's good.
Cold House or Cold Water.
Something like that.
Cold beer and cheeseburgers.
Coldwell.
Yeah. That barbecue place down there.
Yeah.
It's right by there.
Yep, we moved away from there. Now we live in Center Phoenix. Car crashes happen outside our house all the time. It's great.
Welcome to Center Phoenix.
Next to Caldwell Country Barbecue.
There it is. Yeah, see? That's what I said. That's what I said, Ed.
Yep, that's what we said, Ed. We worked it out on our own.
Yeah.
Damn,
I was just
dude.
confirming.
Okay, good.
You guys are so smart.
Thank
that
you,
was
Ed.
just-
That is sweet of
I
you.
was reaffirming your intelligence.
I missed you.
Nobody hears the show believes that
They believe it.
whatsoever.
They believe when I
What
talk.
else? What else we got going on, Ed? Anything local wise?
That's what we're covering for Gilbert 120.
Well, I guess if you want to talk about retro,
There's not a lot. There's not a lot of information.
Zero
about
info,
it. Yeah,
okay.
It's still pretty. It just kind of got announced.
It's not
there,
one of
opened it up.
Justin's 45th places.
No, I didn't see that. So
all right. BRI did open their arcade bar. Have you been there yet?
I have not.
No, Jeff went.
Field recorder Zach Dominguez went.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how the hell did Jeff get like family access?
Well, I mean,
He takes photos of them naked. For
Needless
the
to
camera.
say-
He has blackmail.
needless to say, he sailed on the coats of the podcasts. the hobby craftsman name. But that's okay. We love Jeff.
Listen,
You know.
he takes free photos of them for the calendar every year.
Yep.
And so they rely on Jeff to come do that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And maybe just for their Instagram. I don't know. Maybe they just take photos from
I like to think it's
their
because
OnlyFans. Maybe there's a BRI OnlyFans.
I like to think it's because we did the podcast together for a while. I
Make it-
think it's because, and then he just forgot to tell us.
Yeah, it could be.
That sounds possible.
Yeah.
just
It's very plausible.
Just kidding. Regardless, there's a new arcade for BRI. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I saw.
Pretty
Cool.
Sounds
They
like a
got
mess.
when I went there, they
Someone
had
spills
like
beer on your arcade game.
30 games. I think 30 different arcade cabinets.
Wow, that's pretty dope. That's
and
pretty
I
dope.
think they've added more since then.
That's rad. That seems like a good selection. I mean, 30 seems like a lot.
The coin is cool. They have a custom token.
Token.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Oh, that's rad.
I mean, this is cool.
And all their beer on tap.
Mm-hmm.
And food?
No food,
No food.
No
Good.
food.
That's fine.
but I mean, you have
No
Worth.
gross sticky fingers.
You have Worth across
Yeah.
the street.
Oh,
you have
shit, it's
Ghost's
right
fried
there.
chicken.
And Gus, right? Oh, Gus is
Oh,
right
it's
there, too.
right there,
Yeah, yeah.
dude.
There's a Subway on the other
What's
side.
there's a burrito place.
Why
right
is
there, too, right?
Mesa's Main Street so popping these
Because
days?
I moved away from Mesa.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
Chris
dude,
called it
honestly,
way
that
back when.
yeah.
Jesus.
See, fuck you, Chris. You moved away from a place and it got better too. Go to hell, dude.
So listen, no. Now you need to move from your current place.
And Ed, what do
that
you
place
have?
will get
What do you
better.
have nice around here? Nothing.
Nothing.
So why don't you go ahead and move? Okay, see, it sucks though.
Yeah, it
like,
does.
God dang it, that's
The
not
former
fun.
gas station / auto shop has been stripped out for Pedal House. They pretty much gutted that place.
Oh, yeah.
Why is Main Street in Mesa so popping?
Because
The
they
city-
realized alcohol makes money, and they
I know, the
were like,
city
oh,
planning
all
there.
these
city
antique
planning.
shops that are closed.
Yeah.
Yep.
They,
Yeah,
3 days out of the week aren't
they got
making
their
us
head
money.
out of their ass. They're like, or they hired somebody who was just like, yeah, this is how you make a fun place to live.
Like Chupacabra Taproom's right there too, which is just around
Yep.
the corner.
And they always have a. Do they always
Which just
have a food
celebrated
truck?
what their 3 year.
They have a
anniversary?
Noble.
which is
They have a Noble.
yeah.
They have a fucking Noble, dude.
But right on that corner is that yoga studio, and that's such a fucking cool place. I'm just waiting for something cool to go in there.
Yeah,
too.
now it's like a architecture like preview spot because
Yeah.
they have
Yeah,
like
they
all
gotta
the
get-
places that are
Right.
they
available.
got to get that shit off there. There's other streets for that. They can gussy up other streets
That's
for that
super.
shit.
That corner is super. It's got glass everywhere,
Yeah.
so it's got to be hot as shit in there. Right? It's probably awful for cooling, but it's a super cool.
They've got so many. They've got that corn dog stand down there. That corn dog restaurant that does like amazing corn dogs. Not just like
Tacos Chihuahuas down there too.
Tacos
Again, this is a
Chihuahuas?
food podcast. All of a sudden, again,
yeah.
Jesus, we
Like
can
I said,
do
they got a
much.
Noble, dude.
Yeah.
But regardless, you won't enjoy any of this if you haven't had a few beers
You got an oral right
from
there.
BRI. That's
BRI.
that's why it's still a
Man.
beer podcast. Yeah, I think downtown Mesa is just popping. I
Agreed.
don't get it. I don't know. It's just they're like somebody's approving the right applications.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And hopefully they're making it nice and easy on these businesses, like
Approved.
cider house there, cider to
Core.
just like add pizza. Hopefully, their spot is amazing, and they helped start it. Cider Core really helped kick it off with Worth. Don't get me wrong, Worth is
Yeah.
they made it cool to be in Mesa.
Yep.
Worth
Then
Worth
oral-
showed you could be like Worth showed you could have nothing cool around you and make a cool spot.
Yeah.
This really is a food podcast now.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well,
You're gonna have to name this something like like
Arizona
Happy
food,
Crossman.
Arizona food and beer.
Yeah.
It's gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Probably not trademark.
The name of this
or
episode is
overused.
Hobby Craftsman Food Pod. Semicolon food podcast.
But you have to give credit, like you said, Worth kind of was there before.
They made it cool.
But Oro's been there
Yeah,
before it was cool, and they
That's
won
true. And Worth and Oro started working together right away and made it fun to go down there and grab a beer and order your sandwich because god damn, the food is good at Worth.
Yeah.
And Oro won a silver medal at the World Beer Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
I've never been jazzed on Oro beer. I've been there plenty. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's a good experience for me at some of these breweries. Sometimes it's not great. But you know what? It's like Sting. I haven't heard his music, but I appreciate what he does. You know? That's from Zoolander. I'm sorry.
They won a silver for a tangerine wheat beer.
Tangerine wheat? See, that doesn't even sound like appealing to me. But you know what? I couldn't be any happier for it.
Listen, the popular Orange Blossom is
I was
the
just gonna
most
say
fucking
Orange
popular
Blossom.
goddamn beer ever in the world.
Never had it. Don't want it.
So many
Just want the peanut sauce.
Yeah. And we're gonna bring this full circle back to popular.
Dude, Huss has got it. It's Mike Huss, right?
They have it going. They have it coming to them.
It's Mike, right?
No, that's Mike Hess.
Hess. Sorry, dog. Don't listen to that. Hopefully Huss doesn't already listen to the show. He's going to listen to it after he gets our invitation and then be like,
You were like, dear Mike,
these guys.
Mike Huss.
yeah. Don't say it again, dude.
You're like, that's not her name. Okay, sure.
All right. We should pause, get a new beer, right?
Yep, let's do
About
that.
that
We'll come
time?
back, and then we can talk about my
40
ensemble.
minutes. Good God.
Yeah, we'll talk about Chris's fashion faux pas, I guess you could call it.
No.
Yeah, he does look pretty terrible today.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
Stud.
Just like you, buddy. Just like you. All right, let's bring it back.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Ed's a stud.
Boom.
Nate confirmed.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
multiple times.
I guess
What the hell is that
we have to
supposed
address the elephant in the room.
Whoa,
That's not-
whoa, rude.
Yeah.
Listen,
I've put on a little weight, but that's a little unnecessary.
yeah, I said COVID 15 for sure.
COVID-19? COVID-15?
Yeah, pounds, 15 pounds.
Oh, no. COVID,
Just in my arms, probably.
Call that COVID-30 for me, then.
Dang. All right.
I was joking.
Chris is decked out head to toe. Well, Toe, do you have socks on?
No, I'm not wearing socks.
Oh, damn
He
it.
does have
Pretty
stone
close, though.
underwear on.
No.
Hold on, we put them on the floor.
Yeah. So Chris is wearing a stone hat,
He's
a
got a
stone
stone-
shirt, and he's
a
drinking
stone
out of a
butt plug.
stone
Mug.
mug.
Listen, 17th anniversary Stone mug too. And the only thing the thing I hate about it, by the way, is I can read the label when I drink out of it, but you guys can't see the awesome label.
That is
So,
nice.
have to drink
You need to
left-handed?
be left-handed to show off to support.
I know I got to drink two hands because
God.
that's how I support.
In honor, and we're all talking about Stone for obviously one major reason.
Stone is selling out.
Yep. And so whoever edits this episode, you better put a sound there. But it's over.
It's over.
The
A sound, or you just want a moment of silence?
Let's say
No, I want to sound like the
want,
Price
the
is Right.
wah-wah?
Yeah, the Price is Right.
Wah, wah.
The Price is Right losing sound would be good.
Yeah.
The
you know,
price
there
is
you go.
wrong, bitch.
No, evidently it was quite right. They bought.
Yeah, the price was quite correct. Apparently, isn't that an employee-owned company?
Not anymore.
Modern Times style.
No, Modern Times was half kind of
Maybe.
pyramid
No, you
scheme.
think of
Pyramid scheme.
yeah, it was pyramid scheme.
Here, you want to buy
Come work
stock
here,
because
we're
we
gonna-
can't afford to.
We're gonna
buy
pay you
anything.
in stock.
No, you think who was it? New Belgium. New Belgium was that way.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
But they are still that way. New Belgium is
Yeah.
not. New Belgium is still owned by New Belgium.
I think. Well, New Belgium's owned by a collective now, right? It's
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, that's what. Listen, when
Unless you're local, it's not even local anymore.
The
dude.
big ones are falling.
when the news,
It's not surprising. They get so big for their britches, dude,
yeah,
and it makes them ripe for it.
yeah.
And COVID couldn't have helped. I know that we're gonna. I know over the course of this discussion, we'll think of a few different reasons why
There's
this
a
could have
lot.
happened.
There's a lot.
But I also want to think of some of my favorite Stone stories because you know what the thing about Stone is they definitely were the gateway for so many people,
For sure.
and they were a reason to travel to San Diego to go to Beer World there and whatever it's called.
The Garden Bistro and
Thank you.
stuff. Yeah, man.
And the beers, and the beers on tap there, it felt like you were doing something so special when you were cruising through the beers on tap and on list at Beer World there, the World Bistro. Thank you. It's just they did some really cool stuff, and I'm sure that stuff's not going to leave, but it's not going to feel the same anymore. No matter what you do, no matter what, it's not going to feel the same because now it's a corporation owned company. You know what I mean? They're strictly a business now. They were strictly a business 20 minutes ago before they were purchased.
There is a bottom line focus that has jumped to top 2 in priority.
Exactly. It's just going to be a little bit different now.
Yeah.
And the quality could stay. Everything could stay. I don't know. I'm just saying it's just not going to feel like it did 5, 6, 7 years ago when me and you and our future wives at that time were going and traveling to World Bistro and having amazing meals with amazing drinks.
We had the private balcony room and had dinner there with all of us.
Spectacular.
It was awesome. It was super cool.
It's just Stone did some really neat stuff. They put some great stuff out that made you excited to drink beer, but it makes this a little bit sad.
Yeah, it does.
So should we set the table first with a definition?
Yes.
So according to the Brewers Association, we haven't gone through this in a while. An American craft brewer is a small and independent brewer. Small. Annual production of 6 million barrels. That's gone up.
It's gone up a little bit.
Which is a joke.
Well, I think they did it because they wanted to
whatever Sam Adams is brewing is the definition of small.
Right.
6 million barrels of beer or less. So that's 3% of the U.S. annual sales. Independent, which is 25% of the brewery is owned or controlled by a beverage alcohol industry member that is not the brewer itself.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that's if like Wren House, if somebody owned 26%, they wouldn't be a craft brewery anymore.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't them. But it has to be a beer place or a beverage maker.
Yeah, another beverage maker.
And then brewer has a TTB brewer's notice and makes beer.
That helps. Make beer to be a brewery.
Yeah.
This is a tangent, but I'm sorry. I've always thought it, and it's not turned out to be wrong yet. When you get too big, it's just not going to work at a certain point. You're losing the definition of craft beer, and whether these businesses realize it or not, they're actually losing their losing their appeal almost immediately when they get big like that.
No, I agree.
They lose their appeal instantly. As soon as you open a second location, sometimes, don't get me wrong, places like Wren, because they're not just opening a second location or third location at this point. Right. They're opening a location way the fuck over there to service Prescott. They're opening this Euro spot. So I'm going to defend them in the same breath, the same way I defend Wilderness, because they've also kept it unique while exploring. I just can't understand some of these places like Modern Times that just got so fucking big that they ruined it.
Yeah.
They ruined it.
Yeah. No, listen, I mean, you said, Ed sent that text out to us. I actually got a notification on my watch that they were before that, and I was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? And then I got that.
Shocked.
I was just like,
I was floored.
Like 2 minutes later, Ed says a fucking, I was like, you must have got the same notification I did. I was like, shit. But you know what? Listen, as much as I'm wearing all these Stone stuff at the moment, because I mean, yeah, I love, and then you said Stone was one of the things I was like, this is, and they did amazing things. It wasn't just their beer they made, is what they did for the craft beer community. I mean, at this point, like my really big concern is, are they going to lose their distribution with it too, right? Because that was a huge thing for California for them, is they started distributing their own beer and they started distributing other people's beers too. So is that part of all this, or is I think that is separated out so that'd be two different businesses. So fingers crossed that still happens, because Sapporo could be like, no, go kick rocks. We're not distributing your beer anymore. Yeah, right. If they own that now, but I don't know.
I just Stone hasn't felt like local craft beer in years, right?
Most of the things that Stone's brought out in the last whatever years, like I haven't been excited for.
Yeah, it's commercial craft.
I've been excited for them a long time.
They need to define that at some point, but it's just commercial craft, and that's
really
good.
Excited. I was happy to buy their beer when, like, as like a 12-pack or like some like multi-pack, just to have in my fridge when somebody came over and we had beer. Cool, that's what I had in the fridge.
If you were someplace that wasn't beer oriented, if you were at some store that wasn't beer oriented, and they happen to have Stone on tap or in aisle, you're set. Yeah. You're good. You're happy, because that's Stone, and at least that's made to a degree of integrity that they were trying to make that craft beer that's going to taste like a style that you want to drink, an ice heavy IPA, whatever. It's going to be good, like this, like the Triple Bullet, like things Sierra Nevada did, and are doing. Continue,
but. I haven't been excited for anything they brought in a long time. There's nothing they ever. There's nothing. I'm not following their Instagram to see what they're fucking going to post. No. Right?
It's too big for me. It's too big. It's too from. I'm too. As far as my personal beer taste, too big. Yeah. I'm too snobby as far. I can't drink beer that big. It does not. They don't make a beer. A big company like that doesn't make a beer I want to drink that I can think of even off the top.
And I think we talked about this in the past multiple times.
Make me wrong. I'm sure you could think of a big beer. I'm sorry to cut you off, Chris. I'm sure you can think of a great beer a big company makes, but I can't think of one off the top, because once they get so big, It's just not worth it anymore.
But I don't think
it changes no matter what you do.
I think the problem, and we talked about this in the past, that's why I was going to talk to that point. What you're saying is that
I'm sorry.
Once they get to a certain point,
So passionate.
they can't pivot like craft breweries can, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like they can't jump on trends. They can't change their beers.
We'll never see Crime and Punishment again.
Right.
And that's okay.
Because that is okay. But
and that's okay.
They're not going to take a risk like that because the bottom line is not going
to Chris's point, they imported so many cool things, and that's what's sad about the idea of them going under the table. Because you know what? There's no way those distributions are going to matter as much. Because at a certain point, Stone distributed things for the name, things that were great in the world, so they wanted to distribute them from the World Bistro.
Dude, I went to the World
There's
Bistro.
no way that's going to matter now.
I went there and they had fucking Pliny on tap.
Right, exactly.
And that was the time when you couldn't get Pliny except for at fucking Russian River.
You know, you think about like some of these really niche, amazing breweries in London and England and in Europe, like the Colonel.
Right.
They would have things like that at the World Bistro, and that's like, come on, that's so rare to even be. Like these breweries open up on a Saturday, and that's what they open up at, and then you come down and you buy a case. Like these breweries make limited beer, and Stone would bring that in. So. Agreed. It's a sad day for things in that regard, but you know what? Who knows how long that even was going on still. Right. We don't know. But World Bistro is amazing. I've had some amazing meals there. To bring it back to the Hobby Craftsman #food podcast.
Food was amazing. Beer is great.
I think we do need to start doing food. we know food.
Food and It's sad. It's a sad day. I mean, it's one of those things where, but listen, if this would have been 6 years ago, it would have hit a lot harder. Like I remember hearing like when Four Peaks happened, like we were watching like Star Wars or something like that, and we heard that, and I felt fucking sad watching that movie. And like we got to see it for free and we got free drinks, so it was like
that was a fun time. I remember not giving a good goddamn about Four Peaks because they had hurt me enough. They had hurt me enough leading up to that.
You were already jaded at that point, but I felt really sad about it.
And I agreed, and I know why, and I understand why. Because Four Peaks wasn't too big, so I'd understand exactly why you'd be sad about it. Great beer, great restaurant. Now it's sold to Busch. No thank you, Budweiser, whatever, Anheuser.
But like. Just the feeling of that versus the feeling of this now, I feel like it's like one of those things where I'm like, it is
another fucking. It's like you beaten wife. Like
at this point, I would be less surprised if they've never sold that. Like it's gonna be.
That's not probably a great.
Just to confirm
way to put that
about that whole craft brewing definition.
Oh yeah.
Anybody want to take a guess at the barrels per year
that
for Stone?
Like 20 million.
What I said was 6 million was a craft beer definition.
Million.
But like, and just before you break that number out, let's think about the things that led to this. Like they lost the German spot.
I was going to go into that next. I have this timeline.
The Belgium spot.
Oh yeah. Let's do. So what is it?
Let's start with.
Let's go into the.
So 6 million is the definition.
Yeah.
What do you think Stone's is?
Of what 6 million is the definition of anything
That's
above that.
No, above that isn't craft beer.
Right,
so what do you think Stone is?
Stone qualifies as craft beer still, I'm guessing. Okay, well then 55, 56, 50, you know what I mean? I think it's like that.
You said 6.
56.
5.6 million. Sorry.
325
million.
Million? 1,000. Wow.
I was right because Sam Adams is 6 million barrels a year. Weird, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like that is surprising. There's no way that Stone wasn't aiming to make more than that by now.
No. They had tons of plans. Let's go to all the reasons.
Can you imagine the property they left in Belgium? Oh, sad.
Well, I remember when it was happened. It took forever,
and the people footed the bill for that.
Yeah. Well, was Belgium before or after Virginia?
I didn't get my brick from Belgium.
Before, I believe.
Before or after what?
Virginia. Because they have the Virginia production facility over there too. Yeah.
Too big for their britches, man.
So in 2008, Stone covered the roof of the brewery with solar panels and cut their usage in half.
Look at Dark Sky.
Okay, so in the summer of 2014, Stone announced plans to open Stone Brewing in Berlin. In October of 2014, they did Virginia. So they did Germany and Virginia in the same year.
That's right. I remember that.
But I remember that. But then they also they're going to do. They had a Stone Farms,
and then they did in 2016. They were doing the Taproom in Napa.
Yeah,
dumb. And then so dumb.
I mean, well, listen. Like some of it kind of made sense, right? Like you make a farm, and they're going to use all that farm product at their breweries to offset their cost of what they're buying from other people. They can have their own But
just be a farm.
But guess what? They weren't farmers and they didn't know how to make lots of stuff. And so that didn't work out that way. They couldn't use all that food there.
And in 2019, they sold the Berlin to everybody's favorite European
Brewdog.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do love Brewdog though.
Get out.
I do love Brewdog. They had, hey, when I was in London 9 years ago now, they had some dope locations. And it wasn't that when they were all huge and hated and buying up things.
Yeah.
And they had, again, some great stuff on tap, just like, our boys at Stone.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's we've made multiple trips to World Bistro. We've made a point of going out there, even when we do want to go to the other breweries that we find to be more special at this point. Because Stone was still fun to go to.
Yeah.
It's sad to see them go.
Do you think Arrogant Bastard stays?
I think all that stuff will stay for a while, but I think it's all going to change over the next 10 years. It will be an image. It'll be the shell of itself in 10 years.
I mean, if you look at their press release or whatever, it talks about like, it's Sapporo USA is excited and blah, blah, blah. And management's going to stay.
Listen, the first thing they always say is nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Everything's going to stay the same. And then everybody gets laid off.
Yeah. And everything changes.
It's going to change a lot.
I just know people that they worked at fucking Bell's or whatever, and they're like, they hate their job now.
You can't tell me like an operations manager at Stone is going to stick around when there's an operations manager and a regional operation manager and a international operation manager for Sapporo.
How do you feel about getting the opportunity to have three people directly above you? That's what it comes down.
I want to put three people directly above you.
Yeah,
I have people skills. I talk to people so they don't have to.
You're like, dude, you just gave me 6 new bosses. Like nobody wants that shit, right? You went from a job that's cool and you were fucking mostly the boss and you did what you need, and now you're gonna have a bunch of other people above you. It's just like red tape and logistics that people still want to fucking deal with.
The instant somebody says that nothing's going to change means everything is changing.
It's
Trust me, everything's going to be fine.
Hey, Nate, no offense, but whatever I'm going to say next is going to offend the fuck out of you.
Yeah. It's going to be okay. Jesus. Oh, that was offensive.
Oh, no, that was really offensive, actually.
So Jesus.
Yes.
It's just, I don't
want to sound racist, but
yeah, dude, it's
the next thing out of your mouth is going to be racist.
I wish we had the video. I wish we do need to get that TV on the wall right there because we need to bring up Greg's response and video. He had he put a video out of what he said, and I'd love to see the look on his face as he says that, sorry.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about next.
My bad. God, I think I got.
There was that whole martyr, holier than thou. We're fighting for craft beer when they went after Keystone.
Yeah.
Well, they called it Stone.
The key was still there, but the predominant can said Stone, and there's like a little,
which is pretty fucked up.
So
which is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I would 100%, right? And
and who knows how much that led to this?
Which
is some bullshit.
100% led to this. By the way, 100% led to this because during that trial, they had to disclose their finances.
Yeah,
and their finances showed they were fucking in the fucking the black. Real bad.
The red.
Is it red?
Yeah.
I never remember.
Black
is good.
I was going to say red, and I felt that was wrong. All right, so red. They're in the red.
Everybody wants to learn the black.
Damn. You can say anything racist, but but that's it. But like they literally just said they showed their finances as being like they couldn't almost make their month. They were so much debt from all that stuff that they were going to be late on their next debt payment, and they couldn't make it.
Damn.
And it showed how bad and dire their stuff.
And it was Keystone's fault.
And that shit wouldn't have happened if they didn't steal Keystone.
But yeah, and then
I'm sorry. I don't think that many people made that many mistakes. Like Keystone. I think I can give me a Keystone, not a Stone.
No, but like you said, it seemed like it was like this is craft beer's chance to stick it to fucking big beer because they always do that kind of shit to them with like frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah, and
it was like, oh, maybe you shouldn't.
Here's the thing that I think turned it, and this is where the writing was on the wall, because after that settled, I think roughly the same time, then Stone turned around and went and sued some brewery in Kentucky.
Yeah, listen, they have a long history of
They were called Sawstone, and so Stone was saying that's too close to infringing on our...
See, now I'm glad it happened to him.
So I think that's the thing that's rubbing people the wrong way. Greg and his like, I'm the rebel of the industry. Like I do what I want. I do what's best for craft beer. And now he's like, oh, I've done all I could. It's time for me to ride off into the sunset like John Wayne. And it's like,
and be richer.
Yeah.
Well,
And you think about like why not make it employee owned? Why not keep it independent? Obviously, there's financials involved that aren't being disclosed that this had to sell, or maybe Stone isn't there anymore. Because nobody thought Modern Times was going to go away. And
another case of why'd you have to be so big?
Yeah.
Why'd you have to be so big? I don't understand why Modern Times had to be so big.
Why did San Diego have to go to Virginia? Like that doesn't seem.
Why did Green Flash have to be so big?
I don't know.
Why couldn't they just be a small brewery that had a nice, awesome modern tap room that you and I visited and just kept it like that?
Yeah.
What happened there?
But like, okay, so there's probably. I mean, these are
know
lots of
what
things over
happened
time.
there.
But like,
I know what
if you think
happened.
like, okay, so like if you talk about like a distribution center on the other side of the country, during when they were trying to make it, gas was really expensive like it is now, and shipping stuff across the whole United States wasn't going to happen. Right, it's going to cost way more. So at that point in time, it probably was more feasible to fucking make a whole new production facility on their side of the states. And then all of a sudden, gas got way cheaper, and that cost fucking was like, sorry, you didn't really get recouped as like you thought you were going to, because you didn't have to spend it on gas anymore because it's not that expensive. And now we're back to that point. But again, at the time, it made a good decision. Looking back, it was not right. I mean, that's 100% wasn't.
So this answers your question you asked earlier.
About hindsight.
Yeah. What?
Which this also seems like a cheap price tag. $165 million
for what?
Stone. That's what they're buying.
That's what it costs.
Sapporo's paying.
So
God damn, if I had won the lottery, I could have bought Stone.
165 million. So listen to this. What did Ballast Point sell for?
I don't even remember. I'll look it up. I have the internet.
Are they even still a brewery?
I'm pretty sure it was over $1 billion. It was like 1.
No.
Oh yeah,
way.
Ballast Point sold for like 1.2 billion, but they were like a really good state, and they got like.
Well, yeah, because you were funding them with. Oh no, that's Founders.
That's Founders. Yeah, that's Founders, man. But yeah, it was like 1 billion. It was over $1 billion, right? Ballast Point sold out to Constellation brand for. Then, right, they fucking, and this is like, I'm like, I wonder if this is gonna happen to Stone, because that's what happened to Ballast Point. People like in San Diego, they were like fucking like, Ballast Point was like Sculpin IPA was the fucking, that was their beer. We're like, fuck you, I'm never buying your beer ever again, and that happened everywhere. And Ballast Point, like the Constellation brand, they never fucking made that $1 billion back.
What a bunch of dipshits.
So what happened though?
They're still around though, aren't they? They're
Ballast
still making
Point
that beer.
So you know who they sold it? They finally sold it. Constellation did to a smaller brewery in Chicago called like fucking
Kings and Convicts
Brewery for like over like it was 102 million or something like that.
So yeah, Constellation bought Ballast Point for $1 billion.
Holy fuck.
$1 billion, and that was
imagine paying for Ballast Point for $1 billion, and some other company paid 160 for everything Stone owns.
And that dude that left Ballast Point, dude.
World Bistro cost $50 million to build. You gotta wonder.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like that seems very, very. But they're such
they must have been so fucking in debt.
In 2015, they bought Ballast Point for $1 billion.
Yeah,
and legit, that how much did Sapporo buy Stone for?
175 million.
175 million, which it's 75 million more than what they paid for Ballast Point. The smaller brewery did.
How does that happen?
Don't know.
Does Greg get all that?
Dude, who knows?
I hope so. One person deserves to be happy at all.
So nobody wants to discuss the price, but they were saying it's under 100 million.
For what?
Kings and Convicts.
That Kings and Convicts bought
Ballast Point.
So
almost a $900 million discount.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Kings and Convicts Brewing?
It's a small brewery in Chicago.
How the hell do they have $100 million?
Outside investors.
Word.
They raised the money and bought it. It's crazy to me.
Good for them. I can be happy. I'll buy it. I'll buy all Sculpin now.
I was like, excellent. That's fucking amazing, right? That's super cool.
But the people don't realize that these companies don't realize that matters.
Yeah, 100%.
I swear they're gonna figure out the consumer's not actually that stupid sometimes, especially when it comes to beer. People are passionate, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
who owns this? Who brewed this? You know what I mean? Like, no, fuck you. I'm not buying anymore.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't care. Like, I'm not having it.
Yeah, I mean, I think gone are the days of the Stone in my fridge for the most part. Which is
I can't remember last time I had a Stone brew, but you know what?
I mean, I had some other day.
I used to have the Enjoy Buys. I used to enjoy the Enjoy Buys all the time.
Yeah, there should be one coming soon, right?
It's already out.
4th of July.
7.4 is already out.
I never see those anymore.
I saw it on tap.
To To answer your question about the distribution, Stone Distribution wholesaler of Stone beer as well as other craft beers in Southern California will become a separate company owned by Stone Holdings.
So Greg's
okay, so it's a separate. Yeah. Okay. Good. And that's why I think that was at the time of the law that they had to do that for the law because it couldn't be a distributor and a brewer.
Yeah, there's a lot of places where you can't hold all three like aspects of brewing.
Yeah, retail and all that.
And I don't know if these stats make any sense, but 165 million paid for Stone puts a 505 per barrel price tag on the company based on 2021 production figures. That's less than half of Boston Beer Company, which is at 1,100 per barrel.
I'm so sorry.
Jesus.
That's crazy. That's a lot of devaluing. That's what happened in the last 5 years. Someone should do a documentary about that.
It's also less than the whole Canarchy Monster thing.
Yeah.
I look at Ed with a curious
Monster bought Canarchy. So that Oscar Blue signs, you might as well slap a Monster Energy drink on that thing.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
then that's why they're gonna make that fucking Mountain Dew Baja Blast fucking
Baja Blast seltzer.
What, dude?
Yeah.
I'm in.
See,
you're a Taco Bell fan. You should be all over that.
I don't like Baja Blast.
You don't get Baja Blast with your enchilada?
Gross. No, I don't like Baja Blast.
Get out.
Nate
Who are
does.
you?
I agree. He's a piece of shit.
after you literally
I'm a hypocrite.
I'm gonna jump on that soapbox. I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna drink some fucking Baja Blast.
Why? What's my soapbox? What? Taco Bell's practically a locally owned company.
Mountain Dew isn't. Piece of shit.
It's from the mountains, dude.
Yeah. That's too funny. No.
How do we not have more listeners? We are hilarious.
I think we are. Listen, we actually forgot to talk about what we're drinking the second round.
Oh,
Nate, you want to go first?
Yeah, this is okay. It was a little warm. Your cooler's not as cold as it should be.
Yeah, sorry.
18 hours from Brooklyn. Double India Pale Ale with Idaho 7, Citra, Says, Simcoe, Nelson Sauvin, and Mosaic hops.
It's a lot of hops in there.
It's a collab with Other Half and Toppling Goliath Brewery. Other Half. They used to do cool things. I'm sure they still do.
They do.
By the way,
really cool
what did I say? 126 million was the sale?
No, more than that, I think.
I say
165 million. 7 years ago, VMG invested $90 million into the brewery.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. It's like they paid for pennies on the dollar. Other Half used to get excited about anything they touch. Now if it's not local, I just don't get excited about it.
Go to Maine, then we can drink some beer there and then come back.
Oh, no, I will. I'm going to bring us back some Bissell. I'll bring back some Maine Beer Company.
Very cool. And then you'll be excited about that beer.
I'm going to bring my kids back. You're going
to bring your kids back too? Okay.
My kids' bags.
Their backpacks.
You're going to bring them back. Don't
They're all
worry.
going to be leaning. They're going to need those rolly backpacks.
We got them rolling luggage for the trip.
Good. Pack it full.
Because it's just going to be me and them for 2 weeks. Then the moms come out. So their moms. Their mom comes out. But anyway, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Could fill
I'm
their
going to
cases.
fill our suitcases with beer. But I'm sorry. Bissell Brothers has been successful in Southeast Maine for years, like very successful. They don't have 400 locations.
Yeah.
They have 2.
Listen, there was
Maybe.
And
people line up for their beer still all through COVID. Like, I'm not to interrupt, but I just like people, the excitement for Bissell is not worn off. And I don't understand why some of these big companies don't realize that size of brewery is exciting.
It's so I went to that brewers convention forever ago before Ruel and Woody, right?
Right.
And they had a key speaker. Yeah. And the guy, and then every time I think about it, I think about this all the time. He literally talked about it, and he talked about how 1% growth is 1% growth, right? It's growth. You're growing. Yeah, some years you might have 170% growth or whatever it is, but you can't think that's what's going to happen constantly because it's not. He goes, so what you should do is, with the years that does happen, that's great. Take that money and invest it back into production in the brewery you're doing and where else.
Instead of
don't go out
and
overreach, overexpand yourself, because guess what? You're not going to have 170% every year. There's going to be years where you have not even 1%. He goes, but take those years that you do really well and take those and put them back into it and help every year you have just a little bit of growth, and that's fine.
I'm sure, and that makes so much sense, but I'm sure as the owners, and this is knowing nothing. This is a total hypothetical situation, right? I'm about to lay out right now. But if you're modern times and you're getting kind of, I used to drive there to California to pick up some modern times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I remember.
there was a time. You know what I mean? And
Member.
How was that?
and it's just like. That was exciting. You drove out there. Imagine if they didn't just get, and I imagine it's tough as an owner to someone come up to you like, I have $20 million. You make great beer. How big do you think we can go with my 20 million or my 200 million? I'm sure that's very tough, but they're not going to be there when the 200 million runs out.
Well,
you know what I mean? And when you've gotten
100%.
So big,
it's
got to be hard to say no to that money. 100%.
Absolutely.
Well, people see it as like
but you're going to lose your brewery if you don't at a certain point. Like you're going to lose it.
Well, you see
ask Green Flash, ask Modern Times.
Right.
You're going to lose it if you don't fuck around.
You see it as a fire hose. You just turn on and just money shoots out, and you constantly have the stream of money coming in.
And it's great until it stops.
All the water stops behind you.
Yeah,
You have
it's
nothing,
great.
right? And you can't predict when it's going to happen.
It's just what makes me respect what the guys at Wren House, what the people, what the guys at Wilderness, because there's no way Wilderness hasn't had more opportunities to do more things.
To do 100%.
You know what I mean? There's no way, and maybe they're doing them. Whatever. I don't know when the rubber hits the road. But I'm sorry, these breweries that were still big 5 years ago that have not just done massive locations and massive building. Yep. I respect their owners so much. Right. I respect it so much because I know for a fact if Wren House had some ginormous, disgusting new restaurant, I wouldn't be excited about it.
No, probably not.
I wouldn't be jazzed. I wasn't jazzed about Wilderness's. Let's be honest. I wasn't jazzed about Wilderness's downtown Phoenix. It's not that great.
No,
it's not that great.
No.
But you know what? The original one's still good.
Yeah,
I think.
Moving on.
I think. I don't know.
So I'm reading from goodbeerhunting.com, everybody's favorite non-for-profit website.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I sent you that text message about the sale on the 24th, which was a Friday of June.
Yeah.
They had an all-hands meeting for night employees on the 23rd. And a morning meeting on the 24th. So we literally probably found out hours after the employees found out that the sale was going through.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sure none of them were shocked.
No, I mean, right. If you're inside, especially at a certain level, you know what's going on.
Well, this article goes to mention they hired a CEO, Maria Stipp, in 2020, and a lot of people said that was to start the process of selling.
Yeah, listen. I think at that point they saw
because she was the CEO of Lagunitas.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
And she was there when Lagunitas sold the hiding kit.
Yeah. If I gave a shit, I would have. If I gave a shit about Stone, I would have saw that as a death sound too, or death, whatever they call that.
Death rattle.
Death death sound. Death. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Death.
Not good.
Yeah.
I would have realized that was not good.
Probably not.
So here's some fun stats. Over the past 4 years, Stone chain retail sales have failed to reach their 2018 peak of 102 million in all chain retail stores tracked by market research.
How many did they have? Why did they have more than the one at World Bistro?
So they had World Bistro. They had the one outside the Padres Stadium, right down in San Diego.
Why?
They had that one. Liberty
That
Station.
was just for merchandise?
So, no. They had beer there too.
Oh, okay. All right.
So they had Liberty Station, and then they had the one actually at the Padres fucking stadium or whatever.
I'm talking about merchandise locations.
Wow. Sales of Stone IPA and chain retail fell 42% between 2017 and 2021.
And do you know why? Because they didn't make a fucking hazy, and they didn't make a good hazy at all. Right? I mean, again,
how can you not make a good hazy though? Like, why can't you try?
They didn't. They tried. They have a bunch of hazies. They're not good. Their hazies are not good. They're basically, again, it's the people that like think that a hazy is just a cloudy beer.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not.
It's not. There is a certain flavor profile to it.
Go have the foggy window from.
And there's technique.
Who made the foggy window when we had it in San Diego?
Monkish. Jesus.
Holy fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
But I've had beers like that since at Wren House.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
But that's technique, right? These people figured out how to do it, and they've actually made the beer that was actually, that's what people wanted. And other people are like, oh, I'm just going to make this beer cloudy and call it a hazy. And that's what fucking it felt like Stone did. Like, all their fucking hazies are not good beers.
Right.
They're not a hazy.
So
their IPA
here's
cloudy.
the biggest bullshit part of this.
Unfiltered.
Like, did you read Greg's blog about this?
I don't even want to.
He did the whole, and on the last show I went on the rant about the whole saying goodbye to a friend when
his eulogy that he fucking did.
Eulogy to a brewery.
Sounds condescending.
Yeah,
it was, I had my rant on it, but he did this whole.
I wish I'd been here for that.
Listen to that episode and go back.
He did this whole. I've done all I can. I need to spend time with my family. I need to get off the grid. Kind of like I've done everything I can for the craft beer industry. Like, don't hate me. Don't. But here's the thing. He's still in charge of the distribution.
Hate me. Don't hate me. There you go. That honestly, that's the whole point of that whole. Don't hate me. Sorry, dude.
He acts like he's walking away from it, but you're not walking away from the distribution. So you have this influx of international money and distribution, and that you're still maintaining a part of that distribution.
Listen, I've learned so much
and then that's probably going to sell too.
I learned so much from Bar Rescue.
At some point, I bet. I've learned so much from Bar Rescue. Save that quote, whoever edits this.
100%. Listen, and then I'll say this because they brought her in after the fact where it's already too fucking late, right? They brought her in to kind of like, all right, well, you can fucking sell the ship for us. They should have done that like 2018. They should have brought somebody when they were fucking riding high. They should have brought somebody in that knew what the fuck was going on because he started out, he's not a fucking business person. He wasn't a business person. He was a thinker. He's a creative. It's like fucking Sam from fucking Dogfish, dude. Same thing. He's fucking basically fucking Sam Adams now, right? They're together.
Not even he's a failed Sam Adams, dude. He's a failed because he didn't do it. He fucking
no. Sam Adams Brewing owns Dogfish. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
he's
absolutely.
part of them now. Right?
I'm sorry. So you're talking about Sam?
Sam himself. Right?
Okay, sorry.
Both these guys are like if you quote unquote visionaries and craft beer and trendsetters and they're trailblazers and doing whatever, but they're not business people. And you basically I agree. You give people the fucking keys to the fucking wheel, and you're like, drive it, and then they're like, yeah, no problem, and then just fucking make decisions.
Here you go, kid. Drive.
Yeah.
I get it. Listen, I agree. I just don't understand the point of the size.
Yeah.
You were never going to be Budweiser. No. You were never going to scratch what Budweiser does in a month. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, why did we have to be Stone Belgium? Why did we have to be Stone Vermont? Why did we have to be Virginia? Sorry. Why did we have to be any of those things? Why couldn't we just be Stone in San Diego?
I don't know.
And be super important for San Diego instead of being super important for the United States or the world. Like you didn't need to be Stone the world brewery.
Ambassador.
Yeah, it needed to be Stone the San Diego institution.
Yep. Again, it's people that see a grand view of what it should be, what it could be, and instead of being realistic and making it work and maybe getting to that point.
People want to be Jeff Bezos, but I'm sorry, your brewery is not going to get you there.
No. All right.
He was never going to be Greg Bezos.
We could do a whole goddamn show.
By the way, Modern Times is selling for $21 million. So.
Dude, I want to buy it. I need to win the goddamn lottery.
I guess I need to play it to win it.
You know what? That sounds like a dumb investment, though. Honestly, that sounds like a stupid investment. So I wouldn't even buy it for $20 million.
Game stock options. So I'm gonna buy.
If
I had that much money, I'd just buy a Taproom.
So
get a Taproom.
We just need to come up with a what the hell is that stuff called? A cryptocurrency for beer.
We could do a cryptocurrency, get everybody invest in it, and then
Craftsman coin.
We'll get it all fucking.
No, just call it beer coin.
Beer coin. Bam.
Hoppy coin.
Beer coin.
Whatever, dude.
Craft beer coin.
Craft coin.
Craft coin. We'll figure that's our other show.
Yeah, I guess that's another show.
Our crypto investing.
Did we cover everything on our docket of topics?
No, there's one last opinion thing I wanted to talk about, which is
let's get it. I love to give my opinions.
You're gonna love this. It's not gonna be much of an opinion. You're just gonna make fun of it, like I did.
Good enough.
You're like this.
That's
so.
Happy
there's
to do it.
There's a blog. It's local. It's was it Mouth by Southwest is what it's called. That plays on the whole South by Southwest situation going. But they do they're basically they're a food and beer and wine blog, right? They talk about that, and so there's kind of some good stuff on there. Usually they post. They posted one of the stores I saw on the feed the other day was like you had to be a premium subscription member to view it.
That was Brewbound. I was on Brewbound the other day. And they pissed me off. I was like, I don't even fucking care.
But listen, you know what? I was like, oh, this article really got me. It was the 25 Arizona craft brewery cans that you can drink during the heat this summer, and I was like,
woo!
I was like, let me tell you what. There aren't 25 fucking breweries that make cans. There's
not 25 breweries I care to drink at in the state of Arizona.
Look, that list is going to be a pretty short list of people on that list. Like I mean, listen, I think they start pulling like, oh, what's Lake Havasu breweries? We're gonna put them on there, and then it's like, listen,
how many Mud Shark beers are on this list?
I'm like, come on, guys, that is not premium content. I'm not paying for that. I can go to Top Liquor and see 25 cans I can get.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was seriously, shit. That is hilarious. But I was on Brewbound and they had real information I wanted to know, and they put it behind this little exclusive wall.
There's a paywall now.
Fuck you. Not paying it. I'd rather not know.
I know.
I'd rather
make up my own opinion.
I'd rather make up my own. And here it is. Modern Times, they're trying to get auctioned off. But they denied one of the auctions from this one company and went with this other Anheuser-owned brewery.
Yeah.
And then the brewery was like, no. They're trying to get an injunction to go back. So Modern Times still isn't sold, but it is supposed to go for like $21 million.
God,
that is correct.
That's
this company that objected to it put in their bid of $21 million.
By the way, if you want to subscribe to Mouth by Southwest, it's $5.99 a month or $60 a year, which comes out to $5 a month. So you save 99
I'm going to reserve my opinion on that.
I was just like, I mean, I like what they do, but
come
on, you don't need to put up premium. That's not a premium. Like, listen, put some better premium content up, and then you might get me.
Yeah, put up some premium content. And you know what? I'm sorry. There's not enough AZ food and beer content that's going to make it premium enough for me to pay for a goddamn thing.
No.
From any podcast or brewery.
Yeah.
Or magazine or...
That was a lot. I was just like, that doesn't seem premium.
Because you know what?
Whatever.
I know food, and apparently me and Chris have shown that we know food very well.
Wait, which food?
So you're not interested in the canned beers?
No, I'm not. Listen,
we can come up with our own canned beers.
We can come up with 25.
I was gonna say we could do 15 because we could each do 5.
You would?
I don't know if there's 5 breweries I care to drink at.
Not 5 breweries, 5 canned beers.
Oh, okay.
From Arizona breweries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pool, river, or lake.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these all IPAs? Is that that's what I'm drinking? I'm not. What are you talking about? It's like
no, the lager game. The lager game is strong.
What's the
Mr. Pineapple's going to be on there.
Definitely.
Like people say, what is this big secret that are going to reveal in this article that you would have to pay?
These are 25 summer beers.
Yes.
No, 25 Arizona canned beers, perfect for pool, river, or lake.
Ooh, I do want to guess it though. I do want to guess it though.
Right.
Well, we're never know because you.
Yeah, we're never gonna pay.
I'm not gonna pay.
We're never gonna pay.
But listen, we could give you our 25.
Yeah, we'll give you
free.
I'll give you my one for free.
No, we'll do this. Listen, give one for free. Give one for free, and then I will make an article in our blog if you want to look at the hoppycrafting.beer.
A good
and you can see our 25 beers for free. You can 100% see it for free.
Summer beer.
So
let's do 2 now each.
Okay.
2 now? Can't think.
You can't think of 2?
I can't think.
If somebody said, "Hey, we're going to lake tomorrow," what 2 beers are you grabbing?
I'd love the watermelon sour from Wilderness. That's a really good beer when done the way it's been done in the past. When done well.
Okay, so we can pick out of
the 32-ounce crowler.
That was a confusing sentence, but you understood what I meant. So fuck you. All right, because it's been done, but not done well by them in the past.
So you're going watermelon goza.
Watermelon goza. Thank you, Ed. That's what it's called. Watermelon goza. That's delicious.
Well, I'm here. That's why I have the computer.
That is such a but you didn't need the computer for that one. You didn't need the computer for that one. That's such a good warm beer. Warm beer. It's a warm outside beer. That's a tasty one. But now something a little lighter. Gosh, I don't know. One of these lagers, Wren or Puebla's doing. Just something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the name of it. Insert tasty lager from a local brewery.
All right.
That's summertime for me.
I'm gonna go Valley Beer from Wren House.
Thank you. That was probably
because they do sell that in like a 12-pack.
And then Rally Beer.
They do, and they've got a dry hopped version too. Good point, Ed.
I'm gonna do Valley Beer. I'm gonna do Rally Beer, and then do double dry hopped Rally Valley Beer.
Double dry hop.
There's
Rally
4.
Valley.
You already got 4 guys. That's
double
crazy.
dry hop Rally Valley in a barrel.
Man, that's 4 off the list. We can do this easily. We got 21 more beers to go.
And then
if you think of 2 beers, it's fucking impossible.
I would probably do
summertime.
Sober time?
Summertime. Remember, summertime. Okay, you both
I would think it would.
I'm like, sober time.
You both just looked at me like I was a fucking idiot.
I was like, the problem is the can part. How many people can their beers like really and put a lot of their beers in cans?
A lot of breweries.
I guarantee. Listen, I guarantee Huss is on that list, right? Because they make a billion cans. Santan's all over that list. Too, right.
I'm sure
Tons
they
cans.
get the credit because it's gonna. I guarantee you, it's gonna be.
Ed, pay for it.
It's gonna be Huss. It's gonna be Santan.
See,
Peaks.
if we had an LLC, we could write this off
We
and
could.
literally subscribe to
We
it
need to do
and
something
then
like
do
that.
bullshit.
I was thinking about opening
yeah,
LLC.
coconut, orange blossoms on there definitely.
Right. Yep.
Mr. Pineapple, 100%.
100%.
Every
Who did Mr. Pineapple? Oh yeah, Santan.
every hotel in the world offers
Mr.
Pineapple here.
Yeah.
What else would be on there?
Every hotel in the state of Arizona.
What's that stupid hazy Santan makes?
The Moon Man, Moon Juice.
Oh, Moon Juice.
IPA.
I haven't seen Moon Juice in a while. No, it's
I
they
had
have
one the
their
other day.
oh
Well,
Juicy Jack.
Juicy Jack. I had Juicy
is
Jack
on
at Medieval Times the other day. Guess how much I paid for 3 beers with glass of Juicy Jack, 2 32s and a 20 ounce. Guess
$37.
for the per.
Yeah.
Because it was. Because it was $91 with an $11 tip.
Jesus.
Because she got me for a 15% tip because I wasn't paying attention. Because I like to tip, but
Listen,
that was a bit highway robbery.
After 3 beers and a turkey leg, I'm chipping
Yeah,
11,
you're gonna get
15%.
50% is not gonna be a problem. But when she was like 80, that'll be $79. I was like, oh, don't get me wrong. I've got a 32-inch glass Medieval Times glass cup at home right now because that was how they got you.
Wait, did
you
you
had
buy
to
3?
buy your cup.
Did you buy 3 glasses?
Yeah.
Why do we not have
my
them here?
friend? Well, I only had one. My friend had one, and Katie had the smaller one.
Oh, you paid for their beers.
Yeah.
They got to keep them. I thought you meant you drank 3 of the beers.
No.
I was like, damn.
I ended up with 3 large 32-ounce
I
glasses.
was like, why did you buy 3 glasses, you dummy? Like,
No, we can't refill that, sir. No, we won't refill that. But yeah, I had Juicy Jack at. I'm not gonna lie, I had Juicy Jack at Medieval Times, and I was shocked at how good it was.
there you go. All right.
So here's
wrap this
a
baby up.
free five to try Arizona canned beers. This is from Mouth by Southwest.
That
We're
fan
gonna
is nice,
So
by the
this
way.
will
steal that
kind
and
of
then add
influence
ours.
what do you think is on their actual list. We have Santan Brewing, we have Devil's Ale, Hop Shock, Epicenter, and they
Hop
have
Shock's on there. Hop Shock's on there all day. Hop Shock's on so many stupid little lists. For
Four
Arizona.
Peaks. We have Kilt Lifter, Sun Brew,
Why are they even
and
included?
Hop Knot.
Hop Knot. That's on there.
Prescott Brewery, Ponderosa,
Nope.
Grand Canyon. Their Black Iron IPA. I don't know. I've never seen.
Dude,
I don't understand.
Every
how they're
time
still making
I go to the store and I see a Grand Canyon beer, I look at the label to try to remember the name of it, and then I forget as soon as I do it. I don't
They
know
have
what
the
it is.
busiest. They have the busiest artwork.
It's so
And then Mud Shark,
Oh my god, it is. That's so funny.
which wouldn't or no? What's the Big Blue Bus, Big Blue Van?
Oh, College Street.
Yeah, College Street. That's probably on the list. So if I had to pick, I would probably say
No.
Valley Beer.
Listen.
No, this is my list.
Okay.
I would either go Valley Beer and Birthday Suit by Goldwater or 480 OG by BRI.
All right, again, let's
If I'm
make
going
our
to-
own list up. And
No,
we'll,
we got to do 2 to tease. This
Oh,
is
we
a
did
teaser.
I did 2 to tease now.
Well, you said
No, Ed did like 7 all of a sudden. Like he did.
I know.
no. I'm saying
I said the Goza and a lager from a local brewery.
And then you said 3, and then
Fine,
we made fun
I'll-
of like 6 other beers
I'll-
that were probably on that list.
Well, the Goza and then a Wren House lager because they
All right.
know how to do lagers.
Chris, you have 2.
That friendly IP or Italian Pilsner from Wren
No,
House. I
Friendly
heard that
wasn't
was-
the Italian Pilsner.
I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Give a
I'm
shit.
making that
It's
up, dude. I'm
delicious.
making that up because you guys were like how good it was at the beginning of the show.
It's fucking good.
Bringing it around. And then Mr. Pineapple, that's going to be on there for sure. That's how it works. So,
Mr. Pineapple.
Come
You're
on.
so stupid.
all right, let's wrap this up.
yep, that was fun.
And now we've made fun of people for asking money for a
Yeah.
premium subscription. We're going to ask you for money for premium
Yeah.
subscription.
Donate to us on Patreon. Well, one day I've been threatening to 3D print things for you people, and one day I just might do it.
Yeah, it's a true story.
I just might do it.
Yep. But who are those people? Do you know?
Yeah,
I-
what are their names?
I
Isn't there?
do.
Do we have a
Oh.
new one, Jeff?
We do.
Dude, that's supposed to save it to the end so we can
I
make
don't
him
care.
feel
Thanks,
really
Jeff.
special.
You're fucking awesome. Thanks, Jeff.
Our Patreon supporters are Riley Greenbaum, Zach Dominguez, Cena Gomez,
Thanks,
Rob
Zach.
Fulmer, who now has his own podcast.
Thanks,
with the
Rob.
Guild,
Thanks for sticking around, Rob, even though you got your own.
Anthony Bracamonte, and the newest member of our Patreon supporters is Jeff Johnson.
God damn, you're nice people. I need to print them something. How many Patrons do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, that's not a lot.
Can you do like a 6-pack holder?
Ooh, there you go.
I can definitely. I've got to figure that out.
Yeah,
I've got to
find a
figure
six-pack.
that out. These people need to be rewarded.
True
they
story.
really need to.
And
Especially that Cena. She hangs out with one of us full time, and that seems like a lot of work.
Probably is. So,
oh, never mind. All right.
good stuff. No, nothing from that.
Nothing on mid on that
I
one.
didn't want to say anything about that.
All right.
But
All
no,
right.
thank you for being our
That's a
Patreon
whole
supporters.
separate podcast.
We were gonna actually, oddly enough, we're gonna record an episode right after this one, exclusive for them. So,
Oh, Jesus,
if you
okay.
want to hear content like that,
Yeah, it's all
please-
about Jesus, Nate. How'd you guess?
Please
Oh, good.
support. Go to hoppycraftsman.beer. There's a link on there to support us. There's actually ways to support us that don't cost money as well,
Yep.
which is great. But go to patreon.com/hoppycraftsman if you want. If you want to go there and just search our name, that helps a lot too because we are not safe for work. And
Hoppycraftsman.beer.
Yep.
Instagram, Hoppycraftsman.
Definitely come hang out with us on Instagram. Come check us out on Instagram. We update occasionally.
all right, good show, guys.
Good show. Good job, Ed.
I'm gonna go
We
burn
don't know
all
what to do
this.
without you.
I'm gonna burn all
Chris
this
is
stuff
now going to burn all his stone.
I'm gonna be
gear.
shirtless, hatless, and glassless for this next episode.
Yeah.
So you're gonna love it.
Are you going to change your son's name to Sapporo?
Oh no, dude! We will have to.
Stone Poro?
That's a great conversation to take to Patreon because
man.
now it's true. We do have to rename him. What's Chris's kid's new name? Next time on the Patreon episode. Goodbye.
Or just add his Sapporo to his middle name?
No. All right.
No, we'll
Bye,
take
guys.
this to Patreon.
All
Goodbye.
right. Bye.